What's up, everybody? It's Adam from Team Sorcery here, coming at you today with the next round of spoilers for the Twilight Wanderer. Who's excited? I know I am. So, they've announced that they're going to keep doing the pre-made spoilers every Tuesday and Friday. I don't know how long that's going to keep up, since they just did the sign-up sheet for it, but I'll figure it out as I go along. You'll still get all the spoilers from me as often as possible, so just bear with me for that. But we're gonna get started. This is our darkness spoiler. We get the girl in the Twilight garb, which is the ruler side of Dark Alice. So on her ruler side, she is still a wanderer. For those of you who care, yeah. Her judgment is 0. Pay this ability if you have removed 3 or more cards from the game with this card's ability. So I believe how it's worded. It's as long as you removed 3 things over time, you can deactivate it for 0, which is pretty good. Yeah, so can't go wrong with that. And then her other ability on her ruler side is obviously pay a darkness, remove target card from your opponent's graveyard from the game. So you can do it over time. I think the latest you'd be able to do would be turn 3 you could deactivate. Because it go turn 1, remove something. Turn 2, remove 2 things. Put you at 3. And then turn 3, deactivate for 0. Which, I can understand why, but I don't know. It really all depends on how you're going to do it. But yeah, we'll get into the next one. On her J-Ruler side, she goes from, I just said it, I'm so bad. Girl in the Twilight garb to Dark Alice, Maiden of Slaughter. So she sounds terrifying. She looks terrifying. She is a shadow / knight as her typing. Her attack and defense are both a 9/9 or 900/900. She has target attack. When she enters the field, choose a number. Destroy all resonators with total cost equal to the chosen number. So if you have, I don't know, this J-Activate's already pretty good against a Fairy Tale deck. Because it's like, J-Activate, call 1. Kill Tinkerbells, Hunters, Cheshires, all the 1-drops. I don't know. It really just depends on what the deck is and how aggressive it would be. Or just how many similar drops they have. So, that's pretty good. So, her god art is God Art Walpurgis' Knight, which I'm pretty sure I butchered that name. Please bear with me. I'm terribly sorry. But it's costs 2 dark to activate. J forward / resonators your opponent's control get -2/-2. That's it. So it's another permanent god artifact that lasts until the end of game. So even if your opponent brings in things such as Alice's Little Scout, Cheshire, Gretel's, anything that's 200 or less defense will automatically die. Obviously, if you cast them from your hand, they'll get their ender triggers, but it kind of doesn't matter at that point because you're still paying mana to lose board state or just to essentially discard cards. Like, that's just not good. So she does that. And that's not even her full effect. She has the entire Alice theme where when you do that permanent minus to the board, essentially, you search your main deck for a card named Schrodinger, the Fallen Black Cat, and put it into your field and shuffle your deck. You only activate the god art once per turn. So you give a -2 to everything on the board, and then you bring out her regalia. It's kind of bananas. I feel like she may be a little bit better than the other Alice, obviously. I think she may be the next, like, competitive J-Ruler. Like, I'll show you into, like, the next stuff, but, like, it's really hard to say, because, like, there's so many things that you can do with her. Like, it's ridiculous, but on to the next one. Schrodinger, the Fallen Black Cat, reads, as long as you have 5 or more cards in your opponent's removed from play area, your J-Ruler gets +5/+5. So, let's see, when you J-activate her, you already have 3. If you keep removing 2, or if you remove 2 more, she'll J-activate, and as long as Schrodinger's on the board, she'll be a 14/14. So that's pretty good. If there are other ways to remove from play, obviously, Stranger has some synergy with that. But it's only your opponents, so like you can't Lumia and then just get like a +5/+5 for no reason. And the second effect so far says, as long as there are 10 or more cards in your opponent's removed from play file, your Jailer gains swiftness and target attack. So, as long as you keep removing things, it helps your J-Ruler out a lot. This is, it's also a 3-drop Regalia, by the way. One more than our Excalibur Sword. So I'm guessing that all of our Regalia from now on will finally cost Void to cast, which I definitely don't mind. I'm tired of 0-drop Regalias. But that works. And then it has tap to produce light, fire, water, wind, or darkness. So it's just like a 3-drop mana rock for whatever you want. And this last effect is banish this card, your J-Ruler gains a perishable to the end of turn. So I feel like this one has the most potential, depending on what else comes out, to be something like an Artemis Bow, where it's a Regalia that's being splashed in everything. Because it's a mana rock, it gives your J-Rulers imperishable. And, I mean, if you can have synergy with the first effect, it's pretty powerful card. Granted, the imperishable doesn't really matter if you have Death Scythe, but it really all depends on the player. Some people don't main deck the Death Scythes game 1. They'll side into them. But it's all on preference, so. That's Stranger, the Fallen Black Cat. Next up, we have Dark Alice's Familiar. It is a 1-drop darkness card. Shadow Bat, or Shadows/Bat. So I'm guessing Shadow is the new archetype that's going to be dealt with darkness, which I'm perfectly fine with. They look really interesting. When this card enters the field, reveal the top card of your main deck. If it's a Shadow Resonator, put it into your hand. So similar to like the Blue Fairy that we've already spoiled. But it seems pretty good. Oh, its body is also a 302. So it's already pretty aggressive. I feel like this card with an Arthur is really dirty, because like you pay 1 for a 5/4. It's kind of good. Next up, we have Recollection of Dystopia. I'm pretty sure I butchered Dystopia as well, but bear with me. So this is a spell chant, 2 darkness. Your opponent banishes a Resonator. As long as your J-Ruler is Dark Alice made into Slaughter, you may pay 2 darkness less to activate her God's Art. So it's a lot similar to the Grand Cross for the Alice, but this card seems extremely powerful. It's a 2-drop to essentially have your opponent banish something. I feel like this card could see a lot of play, definitely a lot of play. Because I'm like, this card even fuels your your opponent's graveyard, so you can just start banishing shit or stuff. Sorry, watch my language. But yeah, no. So this card's extremely good. Next up, we have Shadow Assassin. It's a 2-drop, 2 darkness Shadow Resonator. Its attack is 100. Its defense is 500. And it's whenever this card deals damage to a Resonator, destroy that Resonator. So this card essentially has Death Touch. That's a 1/5 for 2, which is pretty good. He's okay early game. Like he's not the best, but he's not the worst, I guess. I feel like late game he may just be used as like a chump blocker and like a 1-for-1er, just so you can 1-for-1 things that are on the ground. But he's still a very good card. Like I enjoy the fact that they're giving us more effects like 1-Inch Boy, or as I call 1-Pump Chump. But so I really like this card. Also the art looks really good for it. I'll put the link down to the spoiler below. You'll see everything. So is this our last card? Yes, it is. All right. So this is probably my favorite card out of the entire spoiler, just because it's super cool. And like it reminds me of my Magic days. So Shadow Doppelganger. Wow, can't talk today. A 4-drop, 3 void, 1 darkness for a Shadow Resonator. His body is a 0/0. Now listen. As long as this card enters your field, you may remove a Resonator from your graveyard from the game. If you do, this card enters the field as a copy of that Resonator. So you remove something from your graveyard, and this is essentially a phantasmal image, which is bananas. And I love this card to death. I've already, like, things I figured out that you could do with it. You could do Arthur. Granted, like, the removing from play Arthur is a little out there, but it's still pretty good. It's like, you'll pay 4 for essentially another Arthur, boost all your things up, make your opponent's things do another -2, which if you combo off with Dark Alice, everything's getting -4. So it's killing a lot of their really weenie shit, which is very good. Weenie stuff. Wow, I'm bad this morning. If not, it can copy like a Mephistopheles, which is always powerful. It can copy anything big. I feel like the deck would be, I think I may have said it before, but I'll say it again. It'll be Fire Darkness, or at least how this deck will work. And you can, funny play you can do is that if somehow, like, you go to cast a Blazer, the Eater of Dimensions, the dragon, and they counter it, it'll go to Grave. You Shadow Doppelganger the Blazer, remove it from play, then on the next turn, put a stone into play, pay 5, bring out the Blazer, swing with both your Blazers, or your Blazer, then your copy of Blazer, so it's pretty good. There are already rulings about this card. It's absolutely fantastic. Stephanie Shaw has already said that it's on resolution of the copying. So your opponent, literally your opponent has to counter it if they want to do anything against it, which is absolutely phenomenal. And then someone else made a very interesting point and absolutely made this card busted. You can remove from play a Cheshire Cat. The enter will trigger, you draw 2, stack 1. Then when it dies, it will get shuffled back into the graveyard or back into the deck. And I'm like, oh, that's super interesting. That's super good. But yeah, no. That's the beginning of this round of spoilers for Darkness. So my immediate thoughts are just like, Stone Deaths are obviously going to be good in this. Necronomicons are going to be amazing. I really want to see Arthur in this deck. I feel like he will be super powerful in this. I really want to see what other cards we get that remove stuff from play. Because, what is it? The Schrodinger's Cat is absolutely phenomenal as just a card. And like, if we get cards that's outside of Darkness that remove stuff from play, that'll make it a whole lot better. But anyways, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you want to, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about all these new spoilers. Like, I'm super excited about all of these. Like that Doppelganger is so good. Like, it's ridiculous. So, thank you all again. Have a good day.